Welcome to the Swing Set. Climb on up, there is always a swing available. On Life on the Swing Set, the podcast, we explore ethically non-monogamous relationships, the pleasures and passions, the promise and pitfalls. We discuss all aspects of ethical non-monogamy in a fun, open, and welcoming fashion, with a gleam in our eye, a bounce in our step, our hands down your pants. Ooh, sorry, got ahead of myself. We may be biased. In fact, we most certainly are. But we don't sugarcoat, and each of us speaks honestly and earnestly about our thoughts, ideas, and experiences throughout our very own lives on the swing set. Thanks for swinging by.
Regularly since the beginning of this podcast, we've thrown gangbangs. Ours were listener question related, though. We've talked of group sex and orgies often, the logistics of sex and play parties, of MFM threesomes, and somehow danced around the actual genesis for our mailbag titles. It so happens that we know Jennifer, a frequent gangbang center of attention, and co-planning conspirator, and she's here with us tonight to talk about gangbangs. Really for real gangbangs. I'm Cooper, and tonight I have with me...
Hey, I'm Dylan Really For Real Thomas.
Dylan Theodore Thomas. You missed your opportunity, Dylan.
It's Chris Bent here, with 200% more echo.
Hey, it's Kat Stark.
And welcome, Jennifer.
Hey, hi.
Hi, Jennifer.
Genesis. Hey, everybody.
Hey, I like that.
Are we doing Genesis for the rest of the episode? Yeah.
Please tweet along as you listen to our episode with hashtag SSPodcast. You can find us all on Twitter, Cooper S. Beckett, Dylan the Thomas, Mr. Pent. I missed the underscore in Dylan's name. And Wet Coast Cat. Because the underscore was fun, Dylan. Do you miss the underscore?
My wife has one, so she just shares it every so often. And honestly, if there's any way we like to share things, it's, between
punctuation.
The two of us. Yeah.
That is
no, sweetie, it's your turn with the underscore.
Yeah.
She likes to watch me take a turn with it, though.
Oh, I'm sure. If you like what we're doing here, you can sign up on our Patreon page to throw us $1 or $10 every time we release an episode at lifeontheswingset.com/support. You can also buy shirts, mugs, and other fun swing set merchandise at lifeontheswingset.com/merch. How is it, Dylan, that we've done so many of these episodes and never talked actually for real about gangbangs?
Actually, we did talk once about it like 3 years ago.
I've forgotten most of the early episodes.
Yeah, they weren't, well, some of them were good. Anyway, we were going to plan, we planned a gangbang for Tonya for her birthday, and then it ended up being a terrible party. It wasn't the worst party we've ever thrown, but it was one of the worst, and nobody actually ended up fucking Tonya, which really means it was one of the worst parties.
What?
And
Wait, how is that even a gangbang?
How is that a birthday fuck?
Exactly. It was not a good birthday party, and she was supposed to be the center of attention, and somehow it didn't gel together, and she didn't end up getting fucked. And so I think that we were going to talk about what happened at the gangbang party, and then we never did because it went terribly. So that's why we have an expert right now to show us what we did wrong, so that the next time, because I now have 2 eligible women looking to get gangbanged, and I like to make sure that they get what they want.
That's reasonable.
Ooh.
Yes.
But I like that we have the expert and reason. And I think I know what we did wrong. I'm going to consult with Jennifer, but I think I know what we did wrong. It was that we didn't have people fuck Tonya.
I was going to say, no, like, fault number 1 is nobody had sex with the gangbang
what is
center,
what is that role, Jennifer?
Is there an actual term for it?
Is there a term for that? The center of the gangbang? Should we go to Twitter?
The receiver.
Receiver.
Yeah, not that I've ever... I've been called a lot of names while I'm sitting in the middle of a pile of men.
The fucky.
I don't know. I don't know if there's ever been one that would stick out as more prominent than any others.
Well, I'm currently asking Twitter.
Gotcha.
So yeah, long story short, I actually think the problem was I told everybody that I wanted it to be a gangbang party for Tonya for her birthday, but I didn't really make it clear to everybody that, yeah, you're going to be there with your partners, but this isn't going to be like an open play party. I mean, you're pretty much going to be there to help us fuck Tonya. And I didn't really push that point when everybody got there. So because I put together a pretty good play party, everybody just kind of started mingling and doing their own thing. And then by the time I was thinking, well, it's time to gangbang Tonya, nobody was really available to. So I just didn't put the focus in the way I needed to. That's all. That's on me. I know better now. Well, maybe I don't. That's what you're here for.
So what you're saying is we need to put together another gangbang for Tonya.
Yes, please.
Okay. Maybe that could happen in Mexico.
So, Jen, how did you get into gangbangs? How did you find out that this is something you wanted to do?
I was interested in it as a fetish. It was something... I'm one of those girls that's always prided themselves on their dick-taking abilities. And I kind of figured, like, this was the ultimate test. Like, let me see, like, 30 people at a time. Let's just go and see how this works. So I went to my good friend, I think it was FetLife at the time.
Your good friend FetLife.
My good friend FetLife. Good old FetLife. Never change, FetLife. Raise hell over summer.
I'm the one who signed FetLife's yearbook. Please change. Your site is ugly. I hope you grow into something of value.
All those jobs you keep posting, surely somebody has to come along
That's right.
and make your site worth looking at. No, I think I just put it in the search and found something that was nearby in my area. And it was really funny because I sent an email to the organizers just making sure it was like a legit thing and this was actually happening. And they called me just to make sure. First time girl, they're like, we answer all your questions and that you're comfortable and everything's going to be taken care of. If you're worried about anything. And I said, I just wanted to make sure this was happening. Thanks. Bye. Just kind of hung up the phone. So that, I mean, like, it's not really that exciting of a story, I guess.
Well, I mean, you did wind up getting gangbanged. So, I mean, that's worth talking about.
Well, like you found a pre-established event, but you obviously needed to kind of figure out whether the people that were going to be there were going to be safe, and then you needed to figure out how to move in the event. So, like, what was the introduction to this particular event like?
Correct. So they're a fantastic, fantastic group. One of the best that I've ever encountered. They had me show up early to the first party that I went to, only like about 20 minutes, like not anything too serious, but just so like I could see the house, kind of understand the layout, know like what the expectations were and sort of like what the schedule for the evening was going to be like. And they had a gentleman there who had attended several of the gangbangs in the past, and he was kind of like my little spirit guide. No, it was really, really nice because if there was any questions I had during the night or anytime like I was not sure about things, or even if I just needed to ask like, hey, where's there some extra mouthwash? Like that was the face that I could find that would help me out.
Well, it's funny. That's not something you think of so often. And, you know, you and I have had a lot of opportunity to talk about the gangbangs and how low stress they are in general. And I think when the concept of gangbang comes up for someone who has not done it and is maybe curious, it has that overwhelming feel to it. Like, dear God, how could this possibly be comfortable, safe, relaxing, fun?
Right. And I think I lucked out that I found an organization that gangbangs are pretty much what they do. Those are the type of parties that they run. They happen every month. So by the time I got involved, like these parties had already been running for like 3-4 years. So they already had the system down. Like they knew what worked. They had like the list of people that were invited. They had just the system down.
So how do they pick like who the men are? Do they have like a cast of regulars, or is it like a waiting list, and like is there a certain number limit, or do they kind of base it on how many women are going to be there?
That was a lot of questions.
Sorry, yeah. I was just like excited there. Tell me about these
Where can
gangbangs.
Mr. Penn sign up? Dutch.
Okay. If anybody on this podcast,
Or in the world.
participant or listener, Mr. Pence specifically.
His name's
you
Chris
fe-
with 2 S's.
If you
He's got an extra S.
Chris,
That's Facebook's lies.
if you felt like signing up, the website is Midwest Fantasy Adventures with an S.com.
One S.
Cool.
Just
That's
one
what I
S.
thought
Just
it was.
one S. Midwest Fantasy Adventures. And it's just an Eventbrite sign up. Like, it's not anything rigorous. You don't have to go through any kind of testing. You don't need any recommendations from like previous party attendance. We do have a pretty significant, I would say it's about 75% returns as far as people that attend the parties. So it's people that have been there, people that are sort of a little bit more familiar with how things run. And then we get maybe 20-25% newbies, which are always fun. And then they become regulars.
Talk to me about what it's like figuring out who you want to fuck when you go to one of these things. Now, considering that you're talking big about your dick-taking capabilities, I'm not sure how choosy you are, but let's say how
She's
choosy...
talking big.
No, hold on. So, like, how did you feel, and how did you figure out who you wanted to fuck? And then if somebody was significantly more choosy, how would that go?
Okay, so this is actually incredibly fascinating to me because I've done both participated in the gangbangs and now I actually work on staff at the gangbangs. So I'm kind of like the sign-in table lady that when you first come to the party, I'm the one that takes your ID and makes sure that you're on the list and like shows you around the house if you're new. And so
Cool.
It's absolutely fascinating to me because when I was participating, I had absolutely no idea. I mean, the ratio is usually about 5 women to about 30 men.
Okay.
And so once the party gets started, like, who knows? Like, I basically just lay down and it's like, I think about like a very perverse, like, just cocks coming like into the sky from heaven. Like,
I was going to say a plague of dicks, but that doesn't sound right.
no, pretty much. You just have this, you just line them up like a circus seal and kind of.
Okay, so you're less prospecting for particular people than just creating kind of a fantasy where you just want it all around you. You don't. Okay. So you got a mindset going on this then.
Correct.
Okay.
The party atmosphere is very strict on no means no. So if at any point any of the gentlemen around me is doing something that I don't like, and before the party starts, I've put in my preferences and I've put in my limits and I've put in any specific fantasies that I've had, and they've been gone over with all the men that are there. So they kind of have like a general idea, like, oh, okay, so she's not doing this tonight, or like she's interested in this, but maybe you should ask her first.
Mm-hmm.
And if for any reason any of the gentlemen I look up and I say no, like cut that out, that's the one. And if it's twice, that person's removed from the party.
Okay.
Which is another reason that I really, really like this, the way that it's set up, because I've just, like, you feel so incredibly safe.
Mm-hmm.
And there's always people downstairs that are not participating and are just kind of like keeping an eye on things. So you know that you have at least a few people there who will take care of a situation if it arises. Like, you know that you're not responsible for...
You don't have to get up and throw somebody out.
Correct.
Good.
So you're interested in people just walking up to you, but is there like a space where people that do kind of want to look around and figure out who they want to fuck just kind of start chatting men up and figure out what they want to do with them?
So there is a social hour before the party starts. It's about an hour and a half. Right at the beginning, just kind of general like buffet style food, sodas and lemonade and such, and you just chat with people. You know, what brought you here? Oh, all that kind of good stuff. Great weather we've been having.
So the most demystifying thing that might be said on this entire podcast is that banal small talk happens before gangbangs as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. They're just
Is
a
there
little
a
bit more.
buffet?
They're just a little more overt about staring at your tits the entire time. There is a buffet.
Oh, good.
The pre-buffet before the buffet of cocks.
There, right, exactly.
Well, that's more like a Brazilian steakhouse because the meat comes to her,
True.
and then you can flip over the thing when you're full, when you need to digest for a little bit.
And if you get lucky, it's a Brazilian that brought you the
Yeah, there
Brazilian
you go.
steak. Yeah.
By the way, the internet has suggested that the center of a gangbang is lucky. Also, happy
Yes.
and
I saw
gangbang E.
bottom,
Okay.
which is
Busy.
weird.
Yeah, I don't know if I would go bottom. I don't put that much of a power structure on it. I mean, I could certainly see that, like if
Yeah.
you're playing
you're
that
doing
as
it
part
in
of
like
a
a-
power dynamic.
Yeah,
but,
totally.
So how willing are guys to like play along with some sort of dynamic like that? I mean, if other than just like, oh, I want to get somebody to fuck here, right? Like if somebody really wants to be roughhoused or restrained or a bottomy in some way, if they want to be a servant to a bunch of men, like how does that negotiation part work?
It depends. Usually, I mean, one of the men that I know that goes to the parties, I think he put it the best when asked the question like, oh, so you go to these crazy gangbang parties, like you've probably seen this or that, and he always kind of shrugs and says like, yeah, it happens sometimes. It's usually not as crazy as you thought it was going to be. So I mean, among 30 guys, there's going to be a handful of them that are going to be into that dynamic. There's going to be some that are maybe curious about it, and this is maybe more of a safe place for them to like play around a little bit with it, see if they like it a lot or not. And for the guys that maybe aren't into it as much, there's 4 other girls down there. So, you still have options available. Yeah, we've gotten into a little trouble with like the numbering system because some people don't call it a gangbang because we do have multiple women. But I would still frame it as such just because there tends to not be so much intraplay. It's more like
play
little
between groups. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, it tends to be more like just like little pockets. Like here's one girl and there's the 10 men that are around her, and here's the other one, and here's 10 men that are around her.
See, I would still call that a gangbang.
Right.
Well, I mean, it really depends on the global gangbang organizational body. Like if they come and recertify every couple of years. Then,
Yeah, you do need to make sure you're up to ISO standards and yeah, have procedures in place.
Check the guidebook, see what the latest recommendations
Make
for
sure you're not
terminology are.
over the limit for the room either.
So Kat, I'm curious. Have you ever thought about doing a gangbang before?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Have you ever actually done one before?
I have not, but actually it's a big, like, pretty much as soon as I got back from Desire in November, I was able to have time to think about the mildest and wildest question they asked us on the first day, which, I need a week to think about this.
Well, you're prepping for next year. Yeah,
Yes, exactly. So gangbang is high on my list, but I definitely want it to be both men and women wearing strap-ons.
Very possible. Very possible.
I was curious to know whether that ever happens at the venue that you've participated in things, because that for me is like, yeah, sure, I would love rolling around in all those cocks, but I just, it would be a very happy place. But the element having women there, or even like only women, that would also be like super, super hot.
Yeah, it's happened.
Well, that was one of the things that Ophelia did, the all-girl gangbang. And
Yes.
we got, I think, 5 or 6, so it's a lower number. But we figured that since orgy was 5 or more, we'd count a gangbang where everyone's focused on one person, 5 or more. Maybe it's a minimal gangbang, a sub-bang.
I think that seems like it totally qualifies.
I think that's reasonable, yeah.
I would say anytime that you run out of orifices for people to put penetratable objects in and people are still around you, that counts as a gangbang.
Plus hands?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I would count my hands.
Yeah. In that situation, they're kind of orifices.
No, absolutely, Mr. Penn. It sounds like you're making
ears,
notes, actually. Yeah. Okay, and
we get real
this would be
freaky.
hands as well. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so guide, help me out with something because
Yes.
I think Dylan is also making
yes,
notes.
dear, yes.
well, I'm taking notes because obviously I want to set one of these things up, but I also may want to like participate in one sometime. I don't know, but I can't see myself being the recipient of a gangbang because I just don't take that much inside me, right? So
It'd be easy to fill your orifices, though.
You want to reverse gangbang.
Well, sure. Okay. Like, first of all, I would love to have a. I have no problem sucking off a dildo, so that's fine. And so I'd top out at like 3 orifices. Okay, fine. But if I have pretty specific risk-aware sex practices, and
Correct.
that means barriers for any hand-to-genital contact, especially with people that I haven't met before. So. I'm sure it's pretty easy for you to set that stuff ahead of time, but
Right.
How do you handle that stuff?
Okay, so let me take you through just like the basic schedule and how it works, because I think that would be really helpful right now.
Yay.
So people come in, they sign in, put their stuff away. We have like little cubbies and things for them to put jackets and whatever kind of stuff that they brought with them in. We have social hour, and then once that's over, basically we read the rules because we've sent an email out that has the rules, but we know nobody has fucking read the rules. So we go over them again. And then we introduce the girls that are there for the night. So they come up in front of the room. We say, this is so-and-so. Here's their safer sex practices. So that's something where like, she's not going to do anal. She uses gloves for penetration. Condoms are mandatory for penis and vagina sex at the party, so that's just not even questionable. Like, they're there at all times. That's just an enforced rule no matter what.
Nice.
If a girl has safer sex practices that go outside of those can be covered, and it's respected. Again, like, no means no. You follow the rules, or basically, like, you're out. Once the girls are introduced, they head downstairs. There's like a couple little like housekeeping things that are covered, and then the men get sent downstairs.
And then the fun begins?
Correct.
That makes a lot of sense.
Correct.
So there's something I've heard about. I don't know about those gangbangs, but some other gangbangs maybe. There's some rule about like if you have to be participating or you have to leave, like something around that seemed kind of pressure-y to me. And that's kind of been a hesitation of mine. Mm-hmm. That is a thing then.
So, okay. So are you talking about like just sort of being anxious and more like a voyeuristic, like you're not really sure if you'd be into it, you kind of just want to sit and watch? Or are you talking more about, oh, dang, like this was hotter than I thought and I nutted already and I have to leave?
Oh,
Like which?
how about either situation?
There is a little bit of a policy against voyeurism just because it's a gangbang. Like, we don't want a lot of people, like, it kind of ruins the atmosphere if you have a lady laying there that's just waiting and 10 guys sitting on the couch around her going like, all right, well, who's gonna be first? Like, I don't know, I just came here to watch. So there is a little bit of a policy against voyeurism. Like, if you're there, like, you might as well like at least try something, like get involved at all. But as far as leaving, you just have to let somebody know, because we just have to unlock the door and you're free to go at any time. I mean, we've had people leave as soon as they've gotten in the door. Like, they've given me they've signed in. I've checked them off the list. They've said, I forgot something in my car, and they've left. You know, and like, no questions asked, no judgment. We get it. It's not for everybody. So that definitely happens too.
Yeah.
If a girl needs a break, which happens, basically you just stand up. You see them taking a break.
Don't
let
follow
go
me
of
to
the
the
cocks.
bathroom.
Yeah, no,
Stand up.
no, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Sort of shake like a dog, and cocks go flying.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with more gangbanging. Yeah.
Whew.
Not mailbag kind. You know, it's very much associated with mailbag
Right.
on this website.
Also probably a thing.
Also,
Definitely.
Life on the Swing Set has now spent 4 years gradually ramping up our presence at the greatest place on earth, Desire Resort and Spa in Cancun, Mexico. The most wonderful part of Swing Set's annual trip to paradise has been the diversity of those couples that have chosen to join us. We've had nudists, polyamorous quads, couples looking to explore, longtime swingers, exhibitionists, and those just curious. We also run the gamut on sheer variety of geekery. For our 5th year, we decided to pursue aggressive expansion and take the resort to ourselves in 2016. That's right, Swing Set is doing a takeover. For the first time, Swing Set will have the run of the resort, to organize the theme nights we want to enjoy, to plan the activities without worrying about getting out of anybody's way, and to guarantee the most awesome group of people to ever pull up on this bit of beach on the Riviera Maya. We're already over 60% booked and getting down to the wire. Come with us and Char Travel this November 5th through 12th for this most amazing experience for a week we're calling Choose Your Own Adventure. We've sold out every year, and only a deposit will hold a room. Go to ssdesire.com for more information. We'd love to have you join us in paradise.
Dude, I saw the cutest mailman today. Ugh.
Give him the card.
Yeah,
That was what I was thinking.
You need like a greeting card that just said, "I would like you to be inside of me at the next gangbang," and you just hand it.
Or at all, honestly.
You choose gangbang right here.
And be like those
On
little
the mail?
notes. Be like those little notes you used to hand out in middle school.
Yeah, there you go.
How would you like to
Cooper.
be inside me? Circle 1.
We actually made cards for those for our play party a couple weeks ago in the hotel.
did.
And
Yeah.
so we could tweak those just a little bit.
Specific to gangbang?
Make specific.
I
gangbang.
think that would be an excellent thing for Desire. I was actually thinking
Yeah.
about like a Post-it note sheet, because you know you can customize
fuckboard.
Post-it notes. Yeah,
A fuckboard.
And
We'll do it.
you just peel it off and slap it up. And then
Someone on Twitter just recommended pin cushion as the
Pin
gangbang
cushion.
term. I like that.
That's pretty good. That's good. I like that.
So I don't think we actually took this to a commercial. We should probably finish it.
we
Okay.
did take it. Well, we took
No,
it to
we didn't
commercial.
actually finish.
This can be in the middle. Whatever you do with this stuff.
Do what you feel.
We
Do
just
what
need to
you feel.
come back from a commercial, really.
Yeah, we've been
Because-
bad about that too. So
Because you're totally editing this.
I guess.
When it comes to online dating, we here at the Swing Set believe that Cassidy is the best one out there. It looks great, it's intuitive and easy to use, and it's simply full of potential sexy friends. Still the fastest growing online swinger dating site in the world, Cassidy has been our go-to site for the last 3 years. If you sign up using our link at lifeontheswingset.com/KASIDIE, you'll get some free time to explore the site. And you can decide for yourself if Cassidy is the site for you. Hope to see you there at Cassidy.com. Welcome back to Life on the Swing Set, the podcast. We are talking about gangbangs. Do you ever get overwhelmed at a gangbang, Jennifer?
Overwhelmed how? Define overwhelmed.
You're done for the night.
I am more the type to have the competition who's going to be the last one down on the mat.
It doesn't surprise me one bit.
So then, how do you work your endurance up? What are your?
I mean, I take breaks. Like, certainly, like I'm still a human being. Like, I need to hydrate and sometimes eat fruit just to keep like my sugar levels appropriate. But
the best one we've gotten now is the ecstatic epicenter.
the ecstatic epicenter.
That is.
I like that
for the win, I think. That's excellent.
Oh, although funny story, at my first gangbang, let's see, Mr. Pent, Cooper, Dylan, you all know this. The way that I orgasm.
Yeah, familiar.
I was forced to take a break because there was consideration of calling an ambulance.
Oh,
because
okay.
I forgot to warn the party, and so after that point, I included in my little intro, like, please don't be alarmed. This is a good thing.
So do you find yourself orgasming with most of the partners you have in a gangbang, or does it kind of space itself out over the course of the night, and you kind of just like build up to it through 2, 3, or even 4 men or something, and then another one happens? Like, what does your orgasm pattern look like?
That's actually a really good question. It depends on my mood going into the night. I think similarly to like any sexual encounter, like if I'm just not kind of feeling it, but I'm like, oh, all right, like I'll still go down there and see what happens. I mean, there's definitely ringers. Like, there are the gentlemen that show up to the parties, and I am very, very happy to see them and kind of know who they are just based on the way their cock feels.
Wow.
Right. So there are those. I mean, everyone I've met at the parties has been pleasant. Like, they're very nice men. They're all very respectful. They're all very nice. But there are those certain few that I'm like, oh, hello.
Welcome back.
Yes, right.
And then welcome back.
Right. Yes.
So we've been like, you've mentioned a lot of cocks here, but what other play do you really enjoy at these gangbangs? I mean, I assume you have a ton of men around you and you're doing a bunch of stuff with cocks, but like, do you make room for kissing, for playing with your tits, for men playing with your clit? Like, what does the other stuff look like?
Right. I don't kiss at the gangbangs. Just, it would be a little bit too much, I feel. That's a little bit too personal to have that many people that intimate with my mouth. So that's a specific rule only at the parties. Otherwise, hands over any other part of the body, yeah, good. I don't know. Is there more that I should say?
No. I mean, I'm asking about your experience. So, no, that's cool.
It is. It's very cool. No, my favorite part of the night is always when the gentlemen are kind of like worn out and they're done, and then I get to play with all the other girls that are there.
Wow, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. That's always a good point.
Do you ever like get up and say like, what? No one have anything left? Are you all done?
Are you satisfied?
Are you not satisfied?
Yeah, I think it's more domination pose with Jennifer than asking for more from it. It's like, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
She just surveys the carnage lying before
Slaps
her.
her chest.
I did this.
All the spent bodies.
I just realized you're in kind of a unique position. I mean, I like to think that I've been with a lot of women, but you've probably been with a lot more men in quick succession than I had thought about before a moment ago. And so you have like...
Math, it's so tricky.
So it means you've seen a lot. I'm getting to a numbers thing here, right? Like,
yes.
Almost on a sociological perspective. So... like, how many men of color do you see as opposed to white dudes at these things?
Oh, yes, informal survey it.
Informal survey. Oh my lord. How colorful are we talking?
Let's talk not white.
Starting with Dylan and working up.
Like if I was at the paint samples and I had like a little
Anything
Like,
that's not in the first five, in the
Okay.
white section. Everything else.
if I was looking at my crayon box.
Yes, by all means, go with the flagrant racism of crayon coloring.
Oh goodness, let's see. So there's usually about 30 guys. See, and now you've got me in math mode, which is dangerous.
Yeah.
There's about 30 guys at the party, and I would say 5 to 6 of them are on the farther side of the crayon box.
All right.
I would put 3 or 4 probably like in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And then the remainder on the peach colored side of the I don't know.
So
I don't know.
it is still a predominantly white male room.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I'm just going by the math, Dylan.
I don't know. I don't know if any of you watch Broad City, craving that pink dick.
Oh yeah.
And we
That's
of
all I
course,
was thinking
Broad
about
City.
when I was thinking. Like I was like,
And what about age ranges? Are you?
I would say like mid to late 20s to probably mid 40s is about the range.
Oh,
Okay.
what about pubic hair? Like, about how much do you see pubic hair?
No,
This is
that's
really-
that's actually a really good question. Majority of them keep it neat,
Okay.
if not shaved.
Well, I would think that when you're talking those sorts of numbers, it could start to get pretty chafy if there was too much bush going on
Lincoln chafy.
from the guys. There's like the sort of beard burn and stuff like that you can experience. So I could see that if they weren't very well trimmed, that could just, with the sheer numbers, get to be a bit of a problem.
That's definitely true.
I always go to the sexy pragmatism of it all.
So what about cut versus uncut?
It's important.
Uncut versus cut. I would say that's pretty rare, actually. Like in the entire history of being at the parties, maybe only like 2 or 3. And I guess history, like I should define. I've been a participant in some way at these parties for about 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, like actual participant for about 3, and then working participant for like the past year and a half. But I would say only maybe like 2 or 3 uncut guys
Well, Dylan,
in
you
that
got to
time
get in
period.
there.
Come on, Dylan.
Come on, Dylan. Represent.
You're letting us all down right now.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna keep drilling into like representing, right? Like, so out of the Latino guys you say there, how hood are the guys that you see there? Do we got a lot of guys with like tats and they got the chains on and stuff like that? Or
Oh my
do they not really show up to these gangbangs? Well, like specific. Okay. Because I was actually curious because I'd say a lot of like hood guys, right, would not be into this because they might be fucking a lot of women, but mostly one at a time, and they're mostly like it's their women as opposed to something else like that.
The serial hookups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the question was there. I wasn't gonna ask it, but it came up.
It was very natural. It just really slid right in.
And one day I will have a mariachi band at one of my parties. Just gotta say.
Really, you just need to bring a mariachi band to her gangbang because clearly all around underrepresented.
I'm surprised one just doesn't follow you around. Isn't that part of like the new requirements under the Trump regime?
No, it's
You can identify yourself.
It's not obvious enough because I'm light skinned. Yeah.
People know where you are at all times.
Hey, Jen, how often do you guys get new women coming to the parties?
Oh, Chris, I love you. Keeping it on track. Right. Focus up. The thing about the parties is women are, and I don't know how to put it because there's biological reasons that women might need to attend versus not attend. There's relationship reasons that women attend versus don't attend. So the cycle of women that I've seen at the parties is actually fairly revolving. Like, I guess, like, that's the best way that I could put it. We have a few sort of constants, but generally it's a different group almost every month.
Wow, that's awesome.
As far as the women are concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, condom rash. It's a thing I've heard about from a lot of porn stars. Mm-hmm. Is it problematic?
So, at the parties, we have stations set up, condom stations. Condoms are mandatory. Any penis and vagina penetration that's going to be happening, condoms are mandatory. So we have the stations, like, there's 5 of them. We're like, please, God, like, if you can't find one, there's
somebody will
wrong. Like,
just snap your fingers.
Right,
somebody will hand you one.
Like, get your eyes checked because they're here. So the condom stations, we also have, like, paper towels on those, like, please clean up after yourselves, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, where was I going with this? What was the question?
Condom rash.
Oh, condom rash. Every girl also gets her own bottle of lube.
Ah,
good.
And it is always available at any time.
So then you could snap your fingers and just get lube, just more lube.
Exactly.
Right in here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's, yeah, whenever girls come to the party, that's the first thing I tell them. I'm like, sweetie, if you do a single thing for yourself tonight, you're doing it wrong. Like, if you need lube, there are 7 men around you that can put lube anywhere on your body that you need it. If you need your water bottle refilled, send one of them.
I didn't think about a water bottle, but yeah. Huh.
Like, don't
You
you
gotta hydrate.
like unless you really need to stand up and take a break, like, don't you dare stand up and do anything for yourself. Oh no, we get dibs on the bathroom. If there's a line for the bathroom and a girl needs the bathroom, we're first in line. It's just like,
Good.
yeah, no, it's very nice.
I like that it sounds like the women are really in control at these parties.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, have you guys ever had a trans woman come to a party?
Not that I've been aware of. Can I put it that way?
I mean, it seems like a tricky environment to navigate, you know, but
right.
Yeah, I was just curious if that.
You mean like as the pin cushion or as a
right, as the pin cushion.
So pin cushion's where we're going with that? Not ecstatic epicenter. Pin cushion? Okay.
Ecstatic epicenter is too long.
I like pin cushion. Pin cushions are cute.
Picturing the little tomato.
Yes, they're cute, but kind of spiny. They got
They're
a
there to
little
get
attitude.
stuck.
Yes, exactly. I mean, it's their purpose, right? So
Yeah.
that's why they were made. Yeah, not that I would ever know. I guess I could answer because it's not generally something that gets talked about. But, you know, it's possible that someone has been that identifies that way and just didn't say anything.
Makes sense.
We're going to take another commercial break, and we'll be back with more gangbanging.
We all come to a point in our lives when we finally ask the ever-looming question, is this all there is? And most of us coast along afterwards, just accepting that the answer to that question is probably, yeah, this is it. Sometimes, though, we're lucky. Sometimes we run into the right people at the right time. The young couple at the center of A Life Less Monogamous, the new novel by Cooper S. Beckett, are about to meet a couple of swingers, and this moment will change their lives. Cooper's first novel is already receiving acclaim, and you can pick it up today, direct from the author at alifelessmonogamous.com, as a signed paperback, DRM-free ebook, or audiobook, read by Cooper himself and me, Kat Stark. Use promo code SWINGSET at checkout to save 10%. You can also get Cooper's memoir, My Life on the Swing Set, Adventures in Swinging and Polyamory, as an ebook, signed paperback, or audiobook at mylifeontheswingset.com. Enjoy more Cooper today, in book form.
Okay.
Well, I thought ICQ was good enough for everyone. Anyway, I am now recording on my Skype, and I am now recording on my local Audacity, so I am happy.
I am now recording on my local Audacity as well.
Yep, me too.
Dylan.
Push the button.
Push the button. Push the
Kick.
button.
Okay.
Push the button.
The button has been pushed.
Your
Okay.
finger is on the button.
There's no going back.
There is no going back.
Now, you can actually let go of the button, and it will start doing something about it.
Don't you tell me how to push my button.
Well, I'm not telling you how to push your button. I'm telling you
I
to
mean,
push
she
mine.
should be the best at her own button.
Should.
Should. Yeah, should.
We at the Swing Set believe that being risk-aware and practicing safer sex makes our lifestyle exponentially better. With that in mind, we're partnering with Lucky Bloke, global condom experts and the best online source for condoms and lube, to say no to mediocre condoms and bring the most pleasurable, safer sex directly to our listeners. Go to swingsetcondoms.com to see a specially curated selection of condoms, lubes, and assortments to reintroduce variety and excitement into the protection portion of your playtime. You should especially take note of the deluxe sampler put together by us at the Swing Set for your party and date night kit. Making your condom purchase here supports both us at the Swing Set and the wonderful purveyors of safer sex, the Lucky Bloke. swingsetcondoms.com.
Welcome back to Life on the Swing Set, the podcast. Jennifer, what is your favorite thing about gangbangs?
My favorite thing?
What-
Oh, goodness.
What is the one thing you would miss most if you didn't do it?
Okay, can I be really cheesy and just say my husband?
Aw.
Well, that's actually
I know.
wonderful. Yes, please
I
elaborate
know.
on that.
Can I just be really cheesy and
Because
say...
he's awesome, and I will back
Such
that
a
up.
cute pink cushion husband.
He's so cute, and I love him so much.
You can still remain married even if you stop gangbanging, though. I just want to point that out.
I could, yes.
could.
No, it's not contingent. We didn't put that in the fine print when we did our commitment
Part of the
ceremony.
prenup.
Right.
I had to put my mic on mute for a minute so my squeeing wouldn't break everyone's ears.
No, I want that in there.
He wants to hear
that's-
you squeak.
That's definitely one of my favorite parts. Is the gentleman I met about 3.5 years ago, and has become a fantastic part of my life. My little husband.
Oh,
Wait, are you saying you met him at a gangbang?
Second husband. Have you met him?
Oh, no, yes. Wait, have I met him?
Has Dylan met him?
I'm not sure I've
not
met him.
certain. I can vouch for him. I have met him.
I can vouch. He exists. He's
He
not
exists. Real person.
Huh.
I mean, I've heard a lot about him, but I just don't remember from that.
I don't let him out much.
Well, he's got to save up stamina for the gangbangs.
Right, exactly.
Really, you can't just go
exactly.
wandering.
Well,
Oh,
okay,
no.
so
Oh
I
no!
have
I
another
actually,
survey question for you.
I actually got him in trouble when we first met because he stopped going to the gangbangs, and the people that organized them were getting on my case about we haven't seen him in a while. What's going on? Where has he been? And I was like, I don't know. I'm really sorry. You have to talk to him about that. Ugh.
He fucks me on his own time now.
Pretty much. That was the email that he sent.
So,
know.
okay, how many guys at these parties are multi-orgasmic? I asked because we were joking about your second husband and
Yes.
saving up the stamina for the party, so maybe he gets to do you 3 or 4 times. But yeah, how
Yes.
many men actually have that ability there? You think?
Multi-orgasmic. That is quite the word.
Or just a couple guys in a night, or a couple times in a night. It doesn't have to be one after the other.
I would say it's a lot more common stamina. A lot of the guys at the parties are champions of stamina. They can just fuck and fuck and fuck and fuck, and then come. Eventually, I would say a handful of them are actually multi-orgasmic, where they can come within the first hour, take a little refractory period, get back to it, come maybe a second time, take a little break. Come back down, come a third time.
Wow.
Okay, because no, I'll admit I don't have that I'm going to legitimately fuck somebody for an hour and a half stamina. But I could do the come and then chill for a while and then come and chill for a while and come and chill for a while again thing. That might actually be my speed.
Well, see, but that's also really the nice thing. And second husband is the one that's really good with the math. So he's actually like worked out the ratios and such as far as if you are taking a break, if you're worried about that refractory period, that there are a lot of other gentlemen at the party that are going to fill that space for you. So it takes a lot of pressure off of like, oh, well, geez, I'm just not involved in the mix right now.
Because gangbangs take a village. I'm curious from the rest of the panel here, what would be, if you knew you could go to a gangbang tonight, what would be your number one concern or what might make you nervous about doing it? Dylan.
Thanks for starting with me.
Well, of course.
Pressure's on.
Because I don't know that you and I we've talked about a lot of miscellaneous sex party stuff, and I don't know that you and I have ever actually had a discussion about whether or not we'd want to participate in a gangbang.
Okay, so when I first meet women or when I'm not sure I'm attracted to them, I don't always get an erection that I can depend on, and that doesn't necessarily mean stuff has to stop or anything, but I usually end up getting past that by playing in other ways because I'm very, very happy about how well I do in other ways. And then the penis and vagina stuff comes later. So if I'm in a party with, 5 or 6 women that I haven't really met before and I have to figure out who I'm going to fuck, I guess I think I'd like have to be ready to fuck the moment I sit down with somebody or sit down with somebody, get aroused and then fuck them. Or I'm not sure how that works, and so maybe Jen would end up alleviating one of my worries about like sitting down, not actually being aroused and then wasting someone's time, something like that, and not servicing them in another way. Because like I will service somebody in any way, shape, or form that they're willing to be serviced, but if they really want my cock, I'm not sure if I meet somebody for the first time if that's going to be on the table.
Oh, well, I'll alleviate your worries, baby.
Girl.
Yeah, I would.
He slipped into the girl.
Girls.
Yes, Mr. Pent.
I'm with Dylan there. I would totally be, like a little bit of stage fright, a little bit of just kind of like, whoa, I'm just like jumping right in here. And yeah, because I'm pretty big also on, there's a whole plethora of things we can do to get things rolling. But yeah, in that environment, I feel like it would be a lot more pressure on just like, hey, your dick needs to get going right away. And
in your dream version of this, is there just a big guy standing behind you and say, hey, you fuck that girl now?
Yeah, pretty much.
Get your dick in there now, goddammit. You're
don't look at me, look at her.
Field. Right?
I really need that coach thing. I had a really mean coach in high school. I need that guy behind me right now.
Don't let her down.
Fuck that pussy.
Oh, God.
Like his hand on your back, helping you push.
No.
Anyway, help us out. Talk to me about that.
About what?
About being anxious, about maybe needing
and like how getting into it, that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, what do you want to do? Like, you just want to eat a girl out for a couple minutes? You want to, like, get a hand job for a little bit? You want someone to suck on your dick for a while? Like, there's an availability of experiences.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You don't have to fuck right away.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was something that I didn't get before. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Right. I also don't know if kind of like just looking around and seeing like, oh, okay, so I'm not the only one that's a little bit nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Which I've had guys that I've talked to that have been to the parties say that, they had that anxiety, but then they looked around, they're like, oh, okay, so I'm not the only one that's having a little bit of trouble right now, like getting up to speed. Maybe I can just watch what's going on for a little bit, get myself ready. And there's always availability of anything else.
Okay.
Nice.
Good to know.
Yeah.
So, Kat, now you have the opportunity to do this. What would be your concern?
Oh, well, I obviously, like, the safety thing is, like, I understand something organized like that, but yeah, that's my, as the potential pincushion, that would be a big concern. And just my body is pretty fussy about the way it's touched, and I think that's the other thing, is I would just have a lot of fears about people doing it wrong, and whether I would just get to the point where I was just like, oh, fine, I'll just suffer through this and get it over with, as opposed to really in getting to enjoy it, because you have to go through the process with each person as to, like, okay, this is what works for me, this is what doesn't. So yeah, I think that would be those would be my biggest concerns.
So as far as safety, like, to try and keep my mind off of it, I think about what are the things that I can control. Because in those situations, yeah, like the guys that are signing up for the party, I don't know their testing status. We're not sitting down. We're not doing the elevator speech with each other like before they're involved with me. So I don't know all of the specifics. I'm not going over everything A to Z before interacting with them in a sexual way. Yeah. So I get myself tested a little bit more regularly, knowing that I have that higher frequency of risk, I guess. And that's something, like, I can do.
Yeah.
Sort of to alleviate that anxiety for myself. I could always ask for higher levels of barriers if I felt that I needed them for any reason. And they would be respected and obeyed. I guess obeyed. That makes sense. There we go with the BDSM thing.
And it sounds like the setting that the environment that you participate in is a very well organized environment, which I think makes a huge difference for all that, because they've figured shit out and keep an eye on people. And I think a more sort of free for all, like, yeah, let's do this kind of thing is probably where there's a lot more risks as far as, boundary crossing and that sort of thing.
Right, correct. No, it definitely helps. This is a more organized environment. We have staff there at all times that are keeping an eye on things, that are sort of aware of concerns, that at any point are willing to put a stop to things. And, I mean, we've been really, really fortunate. We haven't had any of those, we haven't had any reason to, evict somebody. But if it did come up, there are people there that are able to handle it.
I think that is impressive that after 4 years of doing this, you haven't had a problematic situation. And that really speaks to the organization, and it speaks to the vetting process that happens.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's great.
And I think a lot of people hearing that would probably just instantly be a lot more comfortable about the whole concept of going and doing this from either direction.
No, I think it's a common thing when people start thinking about gangbangs is they think about the randomness of it, and they think about like you can't do a gangbang with people which is weird. They think more about hotel style, you're going to show up, there's going to be 5 or 6 random guys and they're just going to come at you and and that's that's certainly a fantasy, don't get me wrong, that's very hot. But as far as an actual experience, organized gangbang, it's not as realistic.
Oh, and just to add my concern to the list, I think an idiom could be said of a hypochondriac at a gangbang.
Right.
And that may just disqualify me. I could be Dylan's mariachi guy.
I mean, at least you're not the pincushion, Cooper.
You're not the
Don't appropriate my culture, Cooper.
I've totally wanted to do the pegging gangbang. I got to 3.
Ooh, oh.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was all set to do it this past Desire, but I had to tap out, so it didn't work out.
Did you get too intense of a prostate orgasm or something?
No, I've had some health issues, unfortunately, and this is one thing that we get to talk to Ruby about. Is I've been out of commission on the pegging front for a couple months now, which sucks.
Okay, so not to take away from your pride,
For my pride?
Can I ask a vernacular question?
Sure.
How do you differentiate between a gangbang and running a train?
I don't really. I think it's like not all rectangles are squares,
Okay.
but all squares are rectangles. I think all trains fall under the gangbang.
Okay.
You?
No, no, I could see how that works. I was just curious because I was thinking about multiple pegging, and I was thinking, okay, so you have multiple people, but they're all basically going into one orifice.
My orifices are limited.
Hashtag not all orifices.
Well done, Dylan. Okay, so Jennifer, give us the how to find this place again, the website and
Sure. I would love to.
This is specifically if you want to visit the greater Chicagoland area.
Correct.
You may be able to find a gangbang here.
Yes, unfortunately, right now, there is a faction in the northwest suburbs of Chicago, and there was a facet in Florida, but that has since closed down. I believe they're officially over. You could possibly find them. I'm not sure. The website, again, you can search us on FET too. We have a FetLife account. Is MidwestFantasyAdventures.com. And that has all of the info. There's like a little FAQ on the website. You can read reviews from people that have been to the parties. You can see when the next upcoming party is going to be. You can sign up there. It's just got everything that you would need. Let me see. I have the dates for the next, if people are interested. May 7th and the 14th.
Excellent.
Wow, back-to-back weekends.
There will be parties, yes.
And never a dull moment at a gangbang.
No, come see my smiling face at the sign-in table. Hello.
I mean, if that's not reason enough, right there. And we can vouch for her. She's very exciting.
If they're curious about anything that's going on, or if they want to learn more about all the kinky shit that I get up to, they can check me out at willfulgirl.blogspot.com. It's WILLFUL.blogspot.com.
Before,
oh my lord!
That actually made me think of something because you said, "Come see my smiling face."
Yes.
Have you or anyone else at one of these parties ever just wanted a little bit of bukkake action happening?
Oh, that's a secondary reason that I got involved in the parties to begin with.
Oh, fuck yeah. All right.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
So, yes.
Yes. To succinctly answer your question, yes.
Gotcha.
Yes, that has been a request.
Well, that's as good a place as any to leave it.
Yeah, it is the face.
Come on, my smiling face. That's how it always ends, isn't it?
You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/theswingset. Check out this podcast, daily blogs, articles, and toy reviews on our website at lifeontheswingset.com and on our site's Twitter feed at ontheswingset. Email us at contact@lifeontheswingset.com. Give us a call, leave us a voicemail, send us a text, 573-55-SWING. That's 573-557-9464. Now that we've talked about this gangbang, we have another mailbag gangbang coming up. And as you all know, people who leave voicemails get priority.
Very well done.
Don't forget to buy your condoms from the Lucky Bloke at swingsetcondoms.com. Visit our Patreon page to throw us $1 or $2 every time we release an episode at lifeontheswingset.com/support. You can find our other great podcasts like the Gentle Pervert Social Club, Intellectual Foreplay, Sex Ed a Go-Go, Tell Me Something Good, and the Don't Panic podcast at swingset.fm. And Dylan, am I right? We have a few more podcasts about to come online.
We do. We have 2 podcasts in the quiver.
In the quiver?
In the quiver.
We're
negotiating.
full of podcasts.
Yes, we're now part of the Quiverful movement.
I like it when my quiver's full.
Oh, yeah.
Don't.
Sorry, I totally derailed that.
No, well done. And finally, you can buy my novel about swinging, A Life Less Monogamous, at alifelessmonogamous.com, or my memoir, My Life on the Swing Set, Adventures in Swinging and Polyamory, at mylifeontheswingset.com. Both are available as an ebook, paperback, or audiobook, and the audiobook of A Life Less Monogamous is co-read by the lovely Kat Stark. And if you buy them from my site, use promo code SWINGSET to save 10%. Dylan, you actually pretty much let me get through the outro.
Well, remember...
He was waiting for me.
Yeah, they weren't sure who was supposed to go first.
Was it a cuckolding thing? Is that what you're doing now?
No,
because I expect it? Now you're not going to do it to make me feel bad?
I'm outsourcing to other people.
Oh,
because
nice.
Well, hold on. See, we started putting on Twitter that for every new Patreon we got, Dylan would interrupt Cooper, and for every new Patreon we got, Cooper would
abruptly silence you like that.
Exactly.
Like that.
Right. So we need to have like a checkbox, like
True.
Cooper versus Dylan, and then if they choose Cooper, then I get silenced, and if they choose Dylan, then you get interrupted.
Yes.
I feel like if enough people get both of those, it would create like a detente.
I did make my name Detente the Thomas the other day.
Well,
That's horrible.
Thank you, Jennifer, for joining us.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you to Mr. Pent and Kat Stark for joining the panel.
Yay!
Thanks for having me.
Hi.
And Dylan, thank you.
Yeah. I'm good. I'm good.
Eh.
I will take your thanks in the way you intended it.
Lord.
Thanks for swinging by, listeners. You take that thanks.
You take it and
I
you
will
like
take
it.
You take it.
Hi, I'm Ruby Ryder from peggingparadise.com and pegging101.com, and you're listening to a Swing Set Network podcast at swingset.fm.
Have a sexy business? Love the swing set? Let's put these two great things together. The Swing Set Network has advertising and sponsorship packages available for our websites and podcasts. Email advertising at lifeontheswingset.com for more information. Thanks.